Hello and welcome to Scrapbook Live for March of 2023. I actually just looked at my calendar. I was like, it is March, right? Oh my gosh, this year is flying by, but that means that there's been a lot on the go, and so much of it has been good scrapbooking stuff. So that's a great thing. I'm excited to be with you here today. My name is Alice Bull, and I run the membership group at scraphappy.org. We are going to be creating today. Hopefully you'll play along and scrap with me using whatever you've got on your crafty desk right now. I'm going to be using a kit from the ScrapRoom, and I love their kits so much. And I peeked and I looked at this kit, like it's really, really nice. And so I couldn't help it. I needed to know what kind of pictures to print, right? And so I actually pulled out a baby photo of me. And so here, let me show you for a second. So this is little baby Alice, and you can see like with the color of that couch in the background and the texture of that couch in the background that it's a few years old, as am I. And I just thought it was really sweet, and I wanted to be able to tell a couple of stories about childhood or something like that. And I thought this would give me a chance to do that. So keeping in mind today must have room for journaling, whether that's a place to put a pocket or anything. I think going into a page where we know we want to tell a story is always good to think about that when it comes to the design. So yeah, really good. Um, so we also have, oh, Jackie says that her kit arrived yesterday. She ordered one of these kits from the Scrap Room. This kit is a flavors of the month from the Scrap Room. You can go and find their kits at scrap-room.com. And I get their flavors of the month because it has 4 mini kits in it, which means there's 4 amazing collections that I get a little taste of. Including a taste. They actually include a little coffee sample. Now, this looks very empty because it is in my cup today. So I'm really excited to be trying the coffee of the month, which is their spiced almond toffee. I don't always try it when I'm on live, but today I got my act together and got that coffee made. So I was really excited. I'm really excited. You can hear that. I've said that like multiple times. Oh, Donna's been watching scrapbook.com. They're doing SBC Fest today. Oh man, so if you want to catch the replays on that, you have to pop over there and I think sign up for that. Cool. Thanks, Donna. Okay, well, we are going to show you what is in this kit. We also have another challenge going on right now. It is the Calvin Ball Challenge hosted by Scrap Happy, formerly hosted by Get It Scrapped, and we're happy to carry the torch of this super fun challenge. It is, we call it the craziest, most unpredictable and exciting online scrapbooking and crafting challenge. And like, it definitely is that. Right now we have a ton of things that if you use them on your project, you kind of claim a point for that. So I think of it like a fun checklist for inspiring me to use more creative things on my pages. And so I have my whole list of things in my little Calvin Ball notebook. How cute. And yeah, so I'm putting I've got all the things on the list, and it's gonna be fun. So I'll try to bump up my points on my layout today with that too. From the Scrap Room, I have their sheet. It has their freaky fast formula for getting you started on a page, and it also has a sketch layout. I'm not going to be using that sketch today because I've got my other stuff here. And they also will send you a cut file, and like, look at how cute that cut file is. Look at those flowers, like so pretty. And I didn't cut it out, so not today. I'm like, daffodils, I love that. Okay. Let's use in the kit. Let's have a look at the 4 flavors. In addition to the 4 paper packs that I get from them, they're a kit because they include embellishments and stuff too. And then in addition to that, I ordered their extra embellishment add-on kit. So there's more fun things, and I'll show you those too. Okay. Oh, Deborah says that SBC Fest replays have been having technical difficulties. stuff happens. I can tell you, I've posted enough live things to know technical difficulties, but everybody's out there trying to put the best inspiration out in the world. So give them some grace. Sometimes we all need it. Okay. So first up in the kit, I should grab the instructions because then I would know what I'm talking about. 49th and Market Tranquility Collection. This is so pretty. So pretty. Okay, let's put it up where you can see it. And here, if I put this more where I can see that it's on camera, then I will make sure that this is on camera. Okay, so in this Tranquility Collection, first off, we have some embellishments. So this looks really fun. There is, like, these are acrylic pieces, so like they're plasticky, and it's like some film strip. Film strip happens to be one of our Calvin Ball points right now, so I was pretty pumped to see this. Like, hey, that's got to be used. There is a chipboard. Why did I take that off the list? I'm so mean. Chipboard word that says memories in mine and best. Oh, it's a best. Then there's another piece with some more acrylic pieces, and so there's some more film strip in there. And then in here, there is a Viewmaster piece, and like I swear, like I did not know this was in here when that got added to the list, and I was like, fantastic. So Viewmaster, and then there's a few more fun embellishments. We're looking at all the embellishments first this time. Apparently I couldn't wait. Look at this little stitched heart. I think I would get points for that for stitching, even though I didn't do the stitching. So that's like the best embellishment ever because hearts are on the list. There's a today. There's a little frame. Check out the little frame and a butterfly. All things that are on our list. Like, how adorable. And of course, like, this is an assortment. So they have gone through and split up some other packs of embellishments, and then you kind of get parts of that. So you never quite know what's going to be in your kit. It will look slightly different than your neighbors if you both ordered the kits, but lots of fun pieces for you to add to your pages and make some great layouts. So let's put all my stuff back in here so I don't lose the pieces. And check out the papers. Okay, this first paper, I love it so much. The pink, the green, the blues, like the total distressing with all of the different types of kind of like memorabilia that are kind of added into the background. It's like, do I even have to scrapbook? This is practically done. Like, I feel like I'm cheating, but like, hey, that's okay, right? And their paper, can I just tell you, like, can you hear that? Like, oh man, it's so thick. Like, so just sharing a little love. Oh, see, for just like a plain subtle B-side, that's a pretty nice plain subtle B-side paper. And the nice zip strip so that when you cut off the branding strip, you have like a nice little piece to use on your paper. It's like they've thought of all the things that I like and they just did that. So I'm a fan. This paper is so pretty with like the wood grain in the background with your florals and everything on here. Oh, yeah. Ooh, nice. So this actually has like a pale blue. I'm not sure if it looks pale blue, but like palest of blue, like a gray blue, steely blue almost. Kind of look to that gingham. And then we've got this other gingham. This has got to be a B-side. Oh, it's totally a B-side. So, but with some nice details. And like, this is the back. Oh no, this is the front side. Okay, I was gonna be like, did they do that on the back? That's fun. Okay, so here we've got the other pattern. This one's a little darker, has like a little bit of darker color palette to it. Yeah, nice. So nice. So let's look at the B-sides together for a second. Super nice B-sides, but I'm actually traumatized by them having such nice B-sides because I'm so obsessed with their A-sides. How will I ever get to use those nice B-sides when they keep making such good A-sides? Anyways, moving on. I've also got 2 sheets of paper in the kit. These are twill from Basil, their Basil Twill color. So kind of a nice gray. You can see it's like a perfect match with the kit. So they always do that so well. We've got these. Now, because I got the add-on embellishment kit, there's something else in here. Let's see what it is. Oh, yeah. Beth says 49th and Market has been knocking it out of the park with their new releases, and she loves those film strips. They are gorgeous. Okay, let's have a look here. This is a laser cut, like little die cuts. So they're laser cut die cuts. Now, when you get the laser cut die cuts, you tend to get a lot more intricate cuttings like this. Check it out. Okay, I need to like put something better behind it. Like, do I have anything? Okay, it's darker here. Like, check out the texture, like how fine cut this is. It's so thin and fine. And it's just, you only get that when you get laser cuts. And yeah, like, look at how dainty it is. You can see my finger like through it. It's just so dainty. And that's like maybe a nightmare to attach because you got to be really careful with your glue. That's already my first thought. But I love the laser cuts. They're usually cut in so close so you don't have that white border. So if white borders on die cuts are not your thing, then these can be really great for using die cuts that don't have that white border. Or you're one of those people that fussy cuts them out. Yeah. That's just said the same thing. And the laser cuts don't have the white ring around them. I love them. Right? It just blends so much better into what you're making when you don't have that. So let's see here. That's okay, and that's just the first kit. Like, and I think I'm already winning. And okay, and this for a second, how cute would this be with my little baby picture? That would be pretty good. Okay. Next up in this collection, we've got Echo Park Springtime. Yeah, or It's Springtime. So from Echo Park. And so we've got some embellishments. Apparently today is the day to look at all the embellishments first. Until I change my mind. And we've got some enamel dots, which are nice. And then a few pieces of die cuts. So with assorted sayings, the best day ever. I always laugh at that one. Tiptoe through the tulips. There's like a little lavender seed packet. That's cute. Happy spring. Stop and smell the flowers. Happiness blooms from within, bloom. So yeah, nice little embellishments to go with the papers. Now this first paper actually has little bee boxes on it, so that's really cute. You can see, maybe you can see the little bees. It's not looking very blue right now. It is super blue, so it's just like the translation to the screen here right now. Maybe if I hold it down, it'll look more blue again. Also, my counter really interferes with white balance. Oh, I tell you, it's so pretty in person. It's not fun for cameras. like mistake when building a scrapbook room. Put the pretty countertop on it that you love that shows up terrible on camera. Okay, so we've got some pretty bird paper. This is actually really, it has like this really dainty look to it. Should have set up my other camera that does the close-up so I wouldn't have to do like the lean-ins. And then a nice gingham. Oh, this is a really like pretty design. It's like a pretty plaid here. And then a polka dot, purple polka dot for anybody that feels. Sorry, I'm just laughing so hard. I just saw Diane's comment. I'll go back to it in a sec. Yeah, pretty like color palette. And for anybody that feels that purple does not get enough love, ta-da, there is some purple in here. Now, if they had a little purple in their plaid, that would make it a little easier to use, but not complaining or anything. There's purple with the birds, there's purple with the flowers. So Diane said the bee box paper looks like tombstones in a graveyard. And now that I see it, I cannot unsee it. You guys, oh, too funny. You guys are terrible. Here, I gotta add my face up in the top corner so you can see me like laughing my head off. That's funny. Okay. Now I cannot unsee that. I would have to use this in small quantities now. And Beth says I thought it was toasters. Toasters way better. It's bee boxes. It's all bee boxes. It's all good. But it's kind of weird with them kind of floating there, I guess, in the sky with it has clouds in the background. Clouds are on our list and bees are on the list. Good Calvin Ball kit, you guys. Comes with enamel dots, which are on the list, and die cuts and green and all the other fun things that we have to use. So that's fun. Oh, what else is in here? Okay, which is the one? Which is the one? It's got to be. Oh, what is the add-on bonus? The embellishment kit Echo Park is the 12 by 12 sticker sheet. Oh, wow. Okay, so if you get the add-on embellishment kit, you will also have this full sheet of stickers to use with it. And you can see they have featured a little bit of that purple in there, nice for spring. If you were kind of turning this Easter-ish, right, it's gonna look good. Crystal says, even with my glasses on, I thought it was a mirror on the wall. So lots of fun icons, very spring-esque, some good words. I like that they've done the little piece down here. It's like scalloped with the plaid. So that's always nice. They kind of have a setup for these and they do them, but they really pack them in there, right? You can see they're pretty close together and they do have white edges though. I will tell you that. It's not laser cut like the other laser cut stuff that we were looking at. Okay. But these pieces actually didn't. They're cut all the way, or so they've done their bleed lines really nicely. So these die cut pieces don't have like the white lines. I will say that, like, none of them did. So just, you know, as we're noticing stuff. Okay, next up, I want to spend all day looking at the kits, but you know, they're super nice. So then it's a little hard not to. This one is from Photoplay. It is called Time to Bloom. Nope, it's not. It's called that paper that I looked at. It's called Showers and Flowers. I'm sure it says this. There it is. It's in like those little handwriting, so it's hard for me to. It's not what I noticed. Photoplay. So first off, full sheet of those stickers included in the regular kit. You don't need the add-ons for this one, so you get the full sheet. It has a nice little scallopy edge down at the bottom with their stripe, and you can see it's it's less pastel of a color collection. So if you're doing spring stuff and your colors tend to be a little brighter, this one might be really good for that. We've got this paper with the bees and the flowers, and it is an A-side paper. There's a lot going on here. It is bright, but like I like it. So there's a nice sunshine. There's points for sunshines. Lots of good things. Butterflies. So yeah, that's a nice A-side paper with a beautiful yellow polka dot. It has tiny little white dots on the yellow, so that's nice. We got a green bee paper here called Bee Pollen. And oh, I like that. That's totally like different than what you normally have, right? So it has red, blue, pink, and yellow flowers all in this grid collection. That's neat. Ooh, and a nice diagonal stripe. I think they heard that we love diagonal stripes and they're awesome to scrapbook with. And oh, this paper is very like bright on both sides. So we've got some big butterflies on this side. I'm not 100% sure that I love this color palette. It's a little, I don't know, something about this blues or I don't know. It's very primary color though. but I like it. So I like it, but I don't know that I like the butterflies. Maybe it's just the butterflies because I've liked it up until now. So yeah, and even that crazy bee paper, I love it. We got 2 sheets of blue cardstock to go with this. It's slightly textured. And then in the add-on embellishment pack, what do I have to go with this? Oh, it is some of the die cut pieces. So let's have a look what's in the die cuts. So I've got a couple sheets that have the punch outs. And then there's some of the random bits, like a tag. Do we still not have tags on our list? How do we not have tags on our Calvin ball list? April showers bring me flowers, a little plaid red heart. And what does this one say? Take time to stop and smell the flowers. You know, all the spring things. And it's so funny because all the spring stuff is coming out right now. And I know eventually we'll have spring, but looking out my window, you're like, girl, you still need some winter papers. You need winter papers. We actually had another dump of snow yesterday. So yeah, winter is living its best life here right now. Oh, it was so good. We went to town last night to go and watch my friend's daughters. They live in a different area, but they got to the zones for their basketball. And so they were at zones last night playing in my town, and I was really excited. So I got to go watch them play basketball. Turns out I don't know the rules for basketball. So half the time I'm like, what happened there? But we had a good time. It was really fun. And they won their first game. Then the second game was a nail biter and they lost it by 1 point. And it all happened in the last period. Oh my gosh, like anybody's a basketball person, you know, it was like an edge of the seat game. You're like, throw the ball, like maybe it will like have that magic. We actually saw that happen in one of the earlier periods. It was like the end of the period kind of thing. The ball went in and it was like, they do that on movies, but it happens in real life. So lots of fun. Donna says we have had no snow, yay. And Katie says it's cold and rainy there, so ready for sunshine. And Nadine's like, yes, we need to add tags. I'll put that on my note for tonight. I'll put that on my note for tonight. Okay, so in the final kit, I like the feel of this first paper already. Isn't that nice? With like, you know, the white going into the stripes. This is from Pink Fresh. It is called Spring Vibes. The Spring Vibes collection. And since we've been looking at all the embellishments first today, let's like do something consistent and look at all the embellishments first. So we have enamel dots in a nice green. There are lots of flowers. And we got some little frames too. That's nice. And they even have a little bit of silver. Oh, silver's not on the list anymore. We took that away yesterday because we're super mean. Or the day before. Love that paper. We used it this week in Chamel's Best of Both Worlds kit. Nice. And Matthew's is snowing in Minnesota. So, you know, we've got all kinds of weather happening out there. Okay, so little frames. So this is a little funny to me. I don't know that I've seen designers do this where they're outlined in green, right? So like the lines on the details are all in green rather than like black or something. And all of the pieces are done like that. Like maybe it's just I don't pay attention, but I really noticed it right now that they're all outlined in green. Oh, except for this one here, but this one doesn't have color in it. It's just all like in that peachy shade. But yeah, all the flowers are outlined in green. Like, I thought that was interesting anyways. just an observation. Oh. Okay, now we've seen the fun stuff that goes in the kit and pick them up and don't lose the pieces. And let's take a look at the papers. So we got this one first, and they call it Sunny Days. Very nice, very pretty. On the back, we have a really nice texture for this green. So if you're using, like, if you're like someone that likes things a little calmer, a little less crazy, for starters, Pink Fresh is usually a lot calmer and a lot less crazy. But this texture, that's kind of nice, and kind of has some of that, ink splattering. Like, look at the little ink splatter stuff, a little bit of, texturizing. It's like pre-done for you. And if you don't like doing like splatters because you think, oh, they always go in the wrong spot and then they look ridiculous, ta-da! Hey, there's nothing like working with what we have, right? It's not cheating. This paper here has lots of words all over it, lots of nice little things like happy memories, meandering walks, endless laughter, warm afternoons, baskets of wildflowers, handfuls of flowers, wild smiles, look for love, be happy, cultivate joy, green meadows, flowers in bloom, love, remember, be happy, share your joy, all kinds of things. And then we've got a nice pale blue plaid on the back. I really like this. I love this yellow with the hearts on it. And the way that they're just kind of like, they're randomy, but it feels perfect. I like that. And then we've got a nice white with florals. This is like the same kind of flowers that were in the kit. And like, it's like nice, but it's like, I would never use it because I would only be using this. And then there's 2 sheets of paper. Now, these are white cardstock. It is from mycolorscardstock.com. Interesting. I haven't seen this company before. So is it new? Is it just unknown by me? Like, that could happen. Nice papers though. See what a good page this would make. Oh, nice. Okay, so, and there's one more thing. Okay, one more thing. My add-on embellishment to go with this. I have some little letters. They're super cute. Random colors, which is actually harder for me to use because I get a little obsessive about the colors when they're all randomy, but I like it. So they feel somewhat similar. Yeah, that's a fun one too. See, so many fun kits in here. Now it's time to do something with that baby photo. Oh my goodness. And just as a reminder, we're going to be giving away one of these kits. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I really love that, I'd love to try their kits. Well, I'm going to get scrapbooking a little bit, and usually roughly around the top of the hour-ish or so, we do a draw for a free kit from the ScrapRoom. So I buy my kits, so I tell you if I'm like, oh, I don't know about this or whatever, I feel free to tell you whatever. And so I buy my kits from the ScrapRoom, but they donate a free kit for us to give away. So that is coming up. Okay. Like, this is really pretty, but judging from that yellow paper, I'm pretty sure I'm going to have a different project for that. This pastel stuff actually could work pretty good with my little baby photo, some of that pastel stuff. It might be a lot. I'm really feeling like that first kit is going to be the winner chicken dinner. And in fact, when I saw it, I printed this picture. So there we go. No big secret there. So I don't have to debate too much. I saw the paper. I was like, oh, I love it. I didn't actually really look through all of it that much. I saw that and I'm like, oh, it's perfect. Okay, so let's put this aside and let's start playing and see where things go. Okay, let's drink some of this awesome coffee. So here we go. I'll give you the rundown on what I think. Was it spiced almond something? I put it here. Spiced almond toffee. Tastes good. Oh, it tastes really good. I don't actually drink like flavored coffees that often. So when I have them, it's like a real treat. I usually just do coffee, not black. I haven't got there yet. But I used to always take sugar in my coffee, and then I kind of just stopped, and now I like it with cream, but no sugar generally. In flavored coffee, a little bit of sugar in there, yum yum. Debbie says, I love that paper we use. Oh, I read that before. Sorry, I thought that was a new comment. Okay, I think we're gonna go with this butterfly. Now, I do have an issue because the butterflies are on this side and I really want to tuck my photo this way, but I am looking that way, and so I'm struggling with that, actually looking at this right now. So it might actually be better on this side over on this paper. It has a similar color palette, but I think it would be better. Ooh, I thought I was going with this paper, but looking at this, I could put it over here, but I don't like the feel of that. I want to tuck it in with those little butterflies, and it just doesn't work. So, unless I did a whole lot of fussy cutting, and we're not going there. We know that I don't love that. But okay, so this is gonna happen. We're gonna put it over here on this side. And we're gonna use this paper. I could try to use, no, I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm doing that. Yeah, right, it's so pretty. Okay, let's cut off the strip. When I'm cutting strips, I usually look at the side that I'm trying to salvage, like, because I'm gonna have that little cutoff strip here, the branding strip. And I usually cut when I'm looking at that side. Usually that works perfect for the opposite side, but every once in a while, if you cut from the branding side to the other side, it's like just not quite perfect. And I want this little piece to look really good. So I don't know if that anybody else struggles with that, but that's always a consideration for me. So this photo has been scanned, and it's really funny because you can see that it had rounded corners, and now it somewhat has weirdly rounded corners, but I think we're gonna go and just leave the somewhat weird on there as is. Take those off. Okay, now we're gonna pull up my old faithful trick again, and we're gonna just fussy cut a little bit around some of these flowers with a craft knife. And I've done this a lot of times, so this is one of my things that I just do now. But I'm gonna have my picture up here. That'll give me some space for building that stuff down here. I think I'll put this into like I'll mat it with something here, and then I'll make a little pocket for the journaling, because there's no way I can write all over this and not muck it up. Like, let's be real, that would go ugly really, really fast. And I think I'm making something that's gonna be a little prettier on this. So I'm gonna just start by doing some of that laser cut, or not laser cut, some fussy cutting, but with a craft knife. If you have never worked with a craft knife, or you've never liked working with a craft knife, because that can be too, one of my best tips is to move your paper as much as possible so that you're not moving your hand as much. And I think that works a lot for fussy cutting with a knife, or like with scissors as well, but it's especially useful if you're doing fussy cutting with a craft knife. The less that you are turning your wrist, the easier it is. Now this paper is pretty thick, right? Like I was commenting about how much I love how thick it was. That is like a bit of an extra challenge when it comes to using your craft knife. So if you haven't replaced your blade in a long time, you know, sharp knives cut things before they cut your people. So just put it out there. Blood on layout's not fun, so don't go there. Use a sharp tool, because when you have a sharp tool, you can do a good job. Okay. Oh, this is good. So get that cut. I might do some of these little pieces down here too. And then as I lift the pieces, I usually just like curl them up with my fingers a little bit, because now I've added a little extra dimension, and then I'll be sneaking the stuff underneath here. It's gonna be good. Gonna be good. Okay, I want to cut this part a little bit more, so that's just what I was testing that. And so I know this is fussy cutting with a craft knife, but I am totally claiming it because I'm fussy cutting, and that gets claimed on my Calvin ball points, if anybody was wondering. Fussy cut is fussy cut. We actually had a very fun Calvin ball crop yesterday, and we had a few questions about points and how some of the things worked. And it's always funny getting the different opinions on, well, do you guys think that should count or not? I don't feel like a very good police officer when it comes to Calvin ball points. But yeah, in general, people had a lot of support. It's like, well, sure, why not? I didn't hear a lot of no's. Okay. There we go. How cute is that? Okay. And like I might go in here and lift some of this stuff too, like especially butterfly wings. I love to cut like just the corners of the wings so you can fold them up a little bit. Oh, it's one of my favorites. But we're not going to do that yet. We're going to start building some other stuff on here and seeing what I can fit. If you don't have like a self-healing mat that's like a good size, like I have this one from Close to My Heart. I don't even know if they sell them anymore, but if they do, this was like one of the best things that I could have bought. I will warn you though, don't use your heat tool over your self-healing mat. That is not that is not a good thing to do. It will be all bubbly and all warped, and it will never be nice and flat, and you're going to be kicking yourself in the butt. So I don't know how I know, but take my advice when it comes to that. So yeah, fun things, crazy things that happen. Ugh. Okay, let's see here. Oh, this might be an issue with my pocket. This little flower that I have up top. Note to self. Maybe make my pocket so that it's gonna tuck in beside it. We'll see here. Okay. I like this. It feels big. Do I want to put that here? Oh, and tickets. Tickets got added to the list. Oh my gosh. It's a very good tip, Nancy, because seriously, when you do it, you feel like, oh, how did I let that happen? Tickets and frames and butterflies. Like this kit was a Calvin Ball design kit. Was somebody like suggesting all the things that they had in this kit? I'm curious now. Or is this just common enough items? So. Okay, so I think this memories chipboard will work. And oh, this adorable little teeny tiny heart. And oh, I love little word things. What are these little word things? Like there's the like little stickers. Obviously, this one's more like a little banner. Oh, there's points for banners. I have to remember that. But yeah, trying to think of what do you call like the little strips that have the sayings on them. They have like some kind of little phrase or word or something. Okay, let's pop all these little bits out of here. Oh, words, word labels, lots of times you get the little stickers, right? With the little word phrases, maybe. Okay. Now this could go here. Oh, it has a little bit of texture on it over there. On the white, it's not like popping for me, but I'm thinking, I want to cover that much of my little dress. Am I gonna layer me over? I think I'll layer me over. Okay. So this little piece is working a little bit like a doily, although if I also use a doily, it'd be good. Ink it in pink, right? I know it's feeling like a little like faded, right? We got this. We got a little frame to like layer in here too. I feel like this is building itself and I'm not doing any work at all, which is the best thing ever. Sometimes doing embellishing can feel so hard. It's like, oh my goodness, that was painful. But this is not feeling like that. It's just and there's like a little piece. Oh, cute. I run it along the side and the back, maybe. Yep. And if I just put like all the things on here, it's just going to be more beautiful, right? Okay, I'm not going to do today because like this was a long day away, and best I don't think is going to go, but the memories will go. And literally almost everything from this kit is going to go. I'm going to play with this in a second. But I think I'm going to ink this first. So we're going to take a little time out here and grab some ink. Maybe let's have a look. Okay. I don't know if this is the right color. And I just recently washed all my things because I had contaminated them with ink that I don't normally ink with. How's that? Oh, yeah, that's good. So this is the saltwater taffy from the Distress Oxides, and I'm going to use that on there. And inking, oh my gosh, inking is a point. This page is adding up. It's going to be amazing. So I'm just going to add a little pink ink. Because it's so white. So curious, what is everybody working on today? What kinds of projects do you have on the go? Can you let me know in the comments if that's not too interruptive to your flow? Let me know what you're working on. If you're watching on the replay, you can let me know in the comments on the YouTube video because that's very welcome too. I still want to know what you're working on, and I do visit my comments and I reply to them all. So just so you know. Is that enough ink? Okay, so I did that, but I think I'm gonna go around the edges a little bit more. Oh, Brielle's working on her one little word. Nice. That's like that. It's good to like keep going on the projects like that, right? When you pick your word in January, you want to carry it through the year. Are you doing the class with Allie? You'll have to let me know if you're doing the class with her, so that it's like more official to keep you on track, or if you're just that good all on your own. She says, yes, I love the class. Well, you're probably just that good all on your own too. Yeah. Debbie's doing the Scrap Gals Make It March challenges. Fantastic. And we have Samara, so she's reviewing all the new points. Yeah, yesterday was nuts. We added so many points to the thing. I was like typing them all in after the session was over. I'm like, well, we're not gonna have anything left to add by the end of the month. I'll be like, I don't know what's left. A kitchen sink. We've already thrown it at it, so let's add the kitchen sink. Yeah, so fun. Okay, so I've inked this up. I didn't ink it like 100%, right? Like there's still like soft areas. Can you see that? Oh, you can see like how dry my hands are. Winter is evil. Guys, winter is evil. So anyways, there's soft parts, there's darker parts. It's good. Yeah, so I'll do all this and then I'm gonna tuck this and build like a little pocket behind the photo. So that's plans. Brielle says, you know me, I like to be part of things. And let's see, Crystal's adding zoo photos of grandkids to a layout. She's very behind. So Crystal, just so you know, there are points for some animals that may be at the zoo. I think flamingos and penguins just got added to the list last night. So those are on there now. Okay, let's see here. Let's stick this out about to there. Okay, let's stick something down. Let's see. Nadine says, I'm working on a layout for my granddaughter's album, but when she wore the dress that her mommy used in the photo with the ultrasound photo to announce her having a girl. It's like, one day you'll wear this dress and then she's wearing it. That's sweet. That is so sweet. Oh my goodness. Okay. Have a look here. Oh, and there's this one part that has like a little bit of texture, and I wanted that to kind of be sticking out a little. It might end up getting covered up, but you know, at least I'm trying. Trying to keep some texture in there. Okay. And this was gonna go in here, tucked like that. Okay. So I think I'll cut that off now. Oh, I buried my scissors. How did that happen? Let's see. Marge says she's working on Christy's 30 Days of Beautiful Life sketches. Yeah, she's got a good challenge going on with that. So if you love sketches and you've already maybe done your Scrap Happy sketch, like if you're a Scrap Happy member, check out Christy's sketches. One for every day for the month. It's technically 31 days, so you get a bonus one in there. So that's really good. And oh yeah, so nice. Okay. I'm just gonna see if I can convince. Sometimes you can convince your tape adhesive to stick to the plastic, and then you don't have to fiddle with different things. Like sticky wet glue. It's like, let's pass on that. Okay, is this straight? Good question. But thanks to Beth, I can now have a ruler that tells me, oh my gosh, it is not straight. Because I noticed when I take my pictures of my layouts, how well I did as far as making things straight. But as you're building it, sometimes you can't see. But then you go to take your picture, like, I can't make anything line up straight on this thing. Oh, I didn't make anything line up straight on this thing. That explains it. Okay. And to do these ones, oh, did I want to tuck that one underneath? Oh, I still can. It's letting me, and it's gonna look so cute like that. Yes, definitely. Good. Okay, so let's grab that and stick that down. And then I think I should make my pocket before I add all of my extra embellishments and stuff. So I think making the pocket would be a good idea now. And see, when I cut this little piece off, I could still use that if I needed like an extra little bit in an embellishment cluster. So even those little bits, don't throw them out yet. Don't throw them out yet. I still have these ones too, so I haven't used those. Okay, so pocket. Let's grab that gray cardstock and we'll build the pocket out of that. And then I can also make the little tag out of that probably. Let's see. Marcy says she failed to do anything with Calvin Ball because OMG March. Exactly. I had to look at that date to be like, okay, welcome to our March Scrapbook Live. Oh my goodness. And I know we're in March. We are in Calvin Ball. That means we are in March, but super funny. And Jackie says she's working on a Calvin Ball page. Claire is working on a winter layout. She's used 2 penguins, and I don't even know who I am anymore. That's cracked me up so much. I love it. Thank you. Yeah, the penguins went onto our points because I was looking and like people were suggesting birds, and I'm like, that just feels so broad. There are so many different kinds of birds. So we added a penguin and we added flamingo. We added a warm bird and a cold bird. One of each of those so far, but that just leaves the door open to so many more birds for this month. And I was just laughing so much as I was doing it. So I'm like, it feels right. If I'm laughing this hard, it must be the right decision. So if you've ever wondered, like, who came up with this crazy idea? That's how I come up with the crazy ideas. It's all because of you. And then sometimes it gets like a little the birdhouse, bird cage. Oh, see, like those are gonna be great. And see, that would totally be cheating if we use bird houses, bird cages. We already do have houses, you know, that's on there. I probably won't add cages unless it was like bird cage or something. Do we even have a lot of bird cages in our scrapbook collections anymore? There was a time where it was like in every collection and it was like, what is with all the bird cages? And it was always like these really elegant, like antique Victorian-ish style bird cages, right? And if you know anybody that has a bird, their bird cages never seem to look like that. It was like this little metal box. Oh, I have the funniest bird story. Okay, my mother-in-law had one of those big white birds that has like the yellow on their head or whatever. If somebody cockatoo, maybe. Okay, so anyways, one of those big white ones. They're parrot related or something, but they live forever. You leave it to a family member. And I'm like, not me. But she had one of these birds and she had a cage made for it by some friend or person that she knew. They made this cage. Cockatiel. Yeah, not like those little tiny gray ones, like the little gray ones with the white tummy and the yellow on its head, like the big white parrot with the thing. Okay, so if that's the right thing, they actually had one of each at both times. So I seriously, like years before, they'd had one of the little guys, but then she had this big one. I swear. This bird was just so crazy. And it was always squawking. It was like always squawking. And she tried telling my husband, no, it only does that when you come over here. That's like, and what about when you call on the phone? Only when he calls on the phone? I don't know. Whatever. but she had this cage made for this bird. Sorry, I can barely even talk about it. It's so funny. Out of wooden dowels. So it's beautiful. This beautiful wooden dowel cage. It looks gorgeous. It's massive because this bird is big. Like it's a good sized bird. Yeah, so she gets this cage made out of these wooden dowels. It's a nice looking cage. She puts the bird into the cage and it destroys the cage because it chews all the dowels and just like the cage is just shattered in pieces. Like you know, it was so bad. And like it wasn't gonna hold it in. It was like, I chew wood for fun. Like so, oh my goodness. Yeah, that she doesn't have the bird anymore, and I'm not heartbroken. Oh, and the other thing is my one brother-in-law, he was living in her place, and she would call him to help with some chore or something. His name is Dylan. So the bird would go, Dylan! I would just scream his name all the time. The size. Yeah, I think the cockatiels are the little tiny gray ones with the yellow head, but like this other one was like a big white parrot thing. Maybe it's a cockatoo. Like, they've had both. So like I said, like I get them mixed up because they've had both. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm gonna put a little. Oh, if I did that at the top, do I have enough room to do that? Maybe I could do this. I'm gonna fold this again. I want to give myself a little bit more room. I had a different idea. They're quiet compared to my son. The size that you're saying. Isn't a chicken coop a bird cage? Just saying. Oh, you guys are trying to convince me by talking about chickens so that I can scrap up more chicken stuff. When we were building our chicken coop, my husband's like, this is like a bird palace, not a chicken coop. And he was super upset because we had this garden shed and in my mind, we weren't using it. And so I'm like, we can totally turn this into my chicken coop. And then he goes, look, I'm using the punch. Album ball points. In my mind, we weren't using it. So we take that coop, we take that shed, we turn it into my chicken coop. And he's like, but no, where am I going to store my old tires? I'm like, I really didn't feel that like the storage of old tires was the reason that we had to not use the shed. He's like, that's using it. Yeah. Oh, it's just so cute with that. Okay, now I need to put a little something in the background there. Pretty, pretty. I think I'll just cut it and then I'll just ink that top edge. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. Let's ink this top edge a little. Making it up as we go. The tires outside, right? I was like, our tires, stick them outside. He's like, no, they're better if they go inside. I'm like, oh. That just didn't seem to be like as important as having a great new coop for my chickens from this shed that we already had. Okay, do I like this? Do I like this? Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now I'm gonna trim this off, and I think I'll put this little strip along the top edge there. Yeah, so maybe I'll do that first. So that I'm using a piece of my strip, my branding strip, get that on there. See how easy it is to do Calvin Ball and collect points? You just use the stuff. And I'll tell you, getting to use the stuff that I don't always use, because sometimes, let's be real, it gets, when you're making your page, you're like, oh, okay, yeah, that's good. I don't know what else to put on there, so I'm good. It's like having a checklist. Well, it really works like a checklist, but having a checklist of all the things that I know about scrapbooking that I could add, and like I should have had a Calvin Ball list years ago when I was struggling all the time with my pages. Okay, so I've added a piece of that to the top in the back. We'll see how straight I added it. Okay. And I inked that top little edge a little bit. There's like an extra fold in the bottom, but I don't think it's gonna matter. It's fine. Because I need a little more room once I came up with an idea. And so now I've got this pocket for my page, or for my photo. And I might need to adjust this a little bit at the top here. And I haven't closed the pocket obviously yet, but it's good. Just a couple little fiddly things, and then I'll be able to assemble it. Ooh, I better close the ink before I throw something else into it and be like, oh, I regret that. Okay, and that. Okay, is that better? Yeah, I think so. That should help. Okay, so that stuff is kind of down. Some of it is kind of down. Other things are kind of here hanging out. This can get closed up with this, like this. And I'll close it up. And I think we'll just make the tag narrow enough so that's going to go in there. I can make the tag quite long, right? Because I can use like the full 12-inch strip and just fold it so that I can use the front and back of it. So it still adds up to a lot of space for journaling. If I needed to, I could type it, but chances are I won't do that. Because let's be real. I don't do a lot of the typing for journaling. It's just this one extra thing. If I have a big story, sometimes that is when I will type, but for small stories, not on your life. It just doesn't happen. Okay, I'm gonna add a little bit more at the bottom because I have that. And then want that to be on there just right. And then we'll close up the sides. And I usually use a little bit of this kind of tape for closing the sides on the things like that. And then, oh, I should maybe measure how big I want my tag to be first. Oh. I keep several rulers handy because I lose them. So 6 inches will stick out enough at the top if I do 6 inches. So that's good. So if I do the 12-inch strip and fold it in half, that'll work. Okay, so that's good. Some stuff outside. There are tons. Crystal says there's tons of YouTube cockatoos and their antics. Very funny how spoiled some of them are. Yeah, after her bird ate his wooden cage, which she had paid a lot of money for, she got it a metal cage. But she also let it roam around the house a lot. She would just let it roam around, and like during the day when she was in the house, right, she would just let it out of the cage and it could free range around in her house. But it would get into so much trouble if you left like back in the day. My husband had left his pager sitting on the table and found the pager, and you know how those little buttons on the pager were kind of rubbery or whatever. I know, Donna. It ate the little rubbery things. It ate the little buttons off of her like, it didn't really eat them. It would just pick them off, right? And like just chew them up, and like it doesn't actually eat the pieces. But but yeah, she would have it little pieces of buttons. Her answering machine had no buttons on it. Like anything left behind, it was like fair game for this bird. Yeah. And she says, ew, bird poop everywhere. Yeah. That too. Oh, I know. Yes. Did I mention I'm like totally cool with the fact that she doesn't have this bird anymore? Okay. Great. Okay, so we've got this cute little pocket. That seemed to take forever because sometimes I do that. But I don't know how wide I was gonna make it. I think we can try 3 inches. Let's see if that'll fit in there. Good. Okay. Oh, I totally forgot to do something. Do I have it on my desk? Hold on a second. Uh, okay, so I forgot to do it before I closed the pocket. But one thing that I often do, and I'll just do this onto my paper right now, is I take one of those little sandbag things that you use for embossing, and I put that onto my paper that I want to slide. I actually do that usually in the pocket, which would have been good before I sealed it up. But I'll put some of that chalk stuff in there, and that can really help your paper slide up in between, slide in between the pieces, especially when you're just kind of getting it built and stuff. So just something to think about if you're struggling with one of your pockets. I might make this just a tiny bit narrower so I have less problem with it. And then I didn't cut the strip off the end because I think I'll put a decorative end on there. So I'm just going to put a score line at the 6. And we'll see about how we finish this off as a tag to go inside. Cool. Okay, well, we reached the top of the hour and then some. I'm not quite done this, but you know, it would be a good time for us to take a little break here, and yeah, that's better. Okay, and I don't want to have it too high up, so it's a little higher than I want. But yeah, okay, so we'll have a look at that in a sec. Okay, so yeah, with the sliding. So yeah, just taking your little embossing buddy or whatever you have that you use for the little chalk bag, if you have talcum powder or whatever, that can really help it to slide in and out. And yeah, it's not a big deal. So you don't want to get it on your tape before you close that pocket, so just careful with that part. But yeah, usually I line the inside. I had it on my desk the other day. Okay, so let's go back to look at here for a second, and I'm going to pull out my random number generator. We've got about 30 people in the room today. It's actually a quiet day. So what is the gray stripe under the leaf? Oh, like well, I'll come back and have a look at that in a sec once I bring that back. So I'm going to pull up the random number generator, and we will draw for a kit from the ScrapRoom. I'm so excited that they do this with us. Actually, if there's 30, I'm one of them, and I don't go into the draw, so 29. Yeah, oh, it's turning out so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so the kit, it will be a flavors of the month. If you want the add-on embellishment, that's up to you. You would have to order that. They can send it at the same time and everything, but they will send you out this month's kit. They put aside the March kit. Sometimes these kits sell out. Actually, sometimes they sell out really fast. So If you're interested in their flavors of the month kit, please check out. They also, if you looked at this and you're like, there's not enough papers for me to really do the scrapbooking in the way that I want to, like usually you can do like a double page spread, especially because they give you 2 sheets of cardstock with every single one of the flavors. But if you need a little bit more, they also have a double shot kit that they can do. They have add-on embellishment kits. They can add on extra other papers, I think. So there's a lot of different options to kind of really customize the kit so it suits your needs a lot better. And I have been loving them. For me, it has just been a great way to experience a lot of different paper packs that are out in our scrappy world that I might not have seen or kind of curated for myself. Their curation of the kit with the 3 sheets of pattern paper, the 2 sheets of cardstock, a random assortment of embellishments is always feels like enough. And so I can't speak highly enough about the kits that they put together. Check out the Scrap Room at scrap-room.com. I love them. So keep one of my favorite companies alive. Keep the good ones, you guys. Got to support the good ones. And so I'm opening up our participants list. I put 29 because there's 30 in the room, and I hit generate. What did it come up with? 17? Okay, 17. I gotta count. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Crystal Lemke, you are our winner for today. Congratulations. I need to take my note and write it on there. And I would like you to send me an email to alice@alicebowl.com, and I will send your information off to the gals at the Scrap Room to get you hooked up with your prize for today. She says, oh my gosh, too cool. Thank you. It's real people that win. It's us. Like, so yeah, congratulations. And I will just type my address here for you so that you can send me the email. Send it right away so that right after this, I can pop it over to them. Did I spell my name right? That's very important. And Donna says we have closed captioning today. Yeah, I was so excited. I was disappointed yesterday because when I was asked about closed captioning, I was like, I'm sure that's possible, but I don't know, and I didn't know how to set it up. And so I was able to look at the settings yesterday and figure out how to get the closed captioning. So I'm so excited that that's working. I haven't seen it yet myself. There you go. And a participant has enabled closed captioning. So there is all kinds of stuff now that should be available. Hopefully it understands me as I talk. I'm sure sometimes that's a hit and miss, but yeah, hopefully that makes our sessions just a little bit more accessible. So thank you to Judy for asking yesterday, and that helped put me on the path to making sure things were a little more accessible for us. So thanks for letting me know, Donna, because I did get it set up last night and I wanted to check it today, but I wasn't thinking about that right now. Yeah, so lots of good things. Oh, that would be cute on there. Okay. So a little banner, sideways banner. I don't know if I like that actually. Ooh, this is perfect. Okay. So let's go back to the scrapbook page. The closed captioning is great. Thank you. Oh, you're so welcome. I was just so glad that they asked. I was so sad I couldn't do it during the thing to figure it out, but you can't do it in the settings here. You have to go back into your actual settings. So but yeah, got that figured out. And April helped me out with that. She's like, here's the directions. I'm like, thanks. That's even better. So yes, I appreciate all the support. And yeah, getting things like that figured out is a big deal. So there we go. So we'll go back, we'll get this finished, get this wrapped up. I'm going to do a little points count to see how good I've done on my points for Calvin Ball. but we'll check it out. Okay, I'm gonna cut my tag a little bit to give it a little tag-like look to it, and then we'll embellish it just a little bit. Ooh, this will be interesting. I usually do, no, I'm not gonna cut it with that. I'm gonna cut it with my scissors. I usually do the flip and flop, but I'm kind of gonna do both layers together. Flip and the flop. Oh, I don't need the little one. There we go. So if you want your corners to match, you just cut off the one and then you flip it right over to the other one. And as long as you do the little flip just right, you get them lined up and you can make the perfect little tag corners. See, oh, that turned out so good. Now this does have that strip there, but I plan to cover that in a second. I am going to add, I think, a little piece of this to the top there. I could have done it before, but not, I'm still making up what I want to do. And I think I'm going to add this little piece, this little heart right there. It's gonna be so cute. Yes, okay. So I'm gonna add another little piece of this in the background here. And trim that. And trim that. And so now I have this little tag that will go in here. And this is going to sit on there as well. So I'm only going to glue the bottom part of that to this so that the tag can pull out. I don't know if I want it to stick. Yeah, I want it to be flush. Okay, so let's add a little bit of sticky tape to this and we'll get that on. It's gonna be great. Sorry, I'm hoping I'm not mumbling too much for the thing when I'm thinking things through. That can be a bad habit. So yeah, let's get this done. Then I'll stick that down and then we can add the final embellishments. And I keep looking at the white lines on this. I think I'll trim this down because I think I'll like that better. And we'll attach this just like that. And now I have a little tag to pull out. Cute. And because this is ready now, and that'll pull out, yep, just didn't want my flowers to get in the way. I'm gonna stick this down right now. And because it's got a little bit of, it's gonna have some action, right? Like because it's an action piece with the tag going in and out, I really don't want this to pull off of my layout. So I'm gonna be a little more generous than I sometimes am. And I'm gonna use my extra sticky tape, like this tape. The paper tape. Because I really don't want that to get lifted off as I'm messing around bringing that tag in and out. Great. So here we go. Can I make it somewhat straight? That would be helpful. Sometimes that's a big request. Okay. Looking. Sometimes if I look on my screen, it's easier to see if I've actually managed to get it straight. There we go. So now I can pull this tag out. I can have all my journaling on both sides of this tag, which will be great. And it will slide back in right there. Cool. And this, Oh, I stuck that down. Now I didn't get this one layer underneath, did I? It's okay. I'll just cut the edges off and we'll just sneak them underneath. There we go. Now that'll work. And I haven't used any pop dots or dimension or foam tape or anything like that yet. How could that be? So let's get this little frame on there. We're gonna fussy cut this little butterfly. I know I've already checked my fussy cutting, but we're gonna do it anyways. Diane says, great pick today. I love the paper and what you created with it. Well, thank you. I don't think I've actually, I'm trying to think if I've used this photo before on a scrapbook page, and it's possible. Like, it was scanned from my childhood, so it's possible that I have used it. You know, sometimes I scan and go, right, for when I want to do something, but I'm not sure. I can't think off the top of my head of a page that I used this photo on. That doesn't mean I haven't. It just means I can't remember. Have you guys looked through your books? Like, when's the last time you've actually sat down and looked through some of your scrapbooks? I have a habit of doing that with my kids on their birthday. I look through their books, but you know, it's hard. Like, you don't always make time to go back and look through your books, or at least I don't always. But yeah, going back and looking through the pages and sometimes being like, I forgot that I made that page entirely. I'm like, is this a sign that I have a bad memory or that I'm more prolific than I thought and I just can't remember it all? Like, let's go with that. But that sounds better than saying I have a bad memory. But you know, there is a possibility. Okay, so we've got this one here. We've got this cute little banner. And we've got a cute little butterfly and a cute little thing. I know I'm saying cute little everything. Okay, I need, ooh, I have these sitting on my desk. They're the perfect color. So I'm gonna use those. What else do I have sitting on my desk? I don't have a star on this page, but I do have some stars sitting here on my desk. So I think we'll use one of those. That's an extra point. There's definitely some green here on this page. So, you know, it's like, look at the list and see how I can like up my points. Just super easy. Now, do I need a piece of this? Maybe. Let's have a look. If I had a piece of this kind of sticking out over there, yeah, that would be nice. Or even over here. Oh, I think I like that even better. Okay, so it's gonna have to go cut and cut. Maybe I'll sneak a piece in somewhere else. We'll see. But this one's gonna get snuck in over here. Just to bring that little bit of pink over on this side, I think. Making all the little design decisions is actually like one of my favorite parts of scrapbooking. It can feel overwhelming when I feel like I don't have any good ideas. And that happens. But yeah, as you create, right, you just get like kind of get into your groove eventually. And we got this, and we'll have a couple of those. And stars. These are from Scrapbooking Reflection or Scrap and Reflections. These little stars that I have here. It is an assortment. There's white ones and black ones. And They are the company that just did our load prize. Oh, I meant to bring it up for my office and I did not. Our load prizes for the October load had just gone out to the mail. Hopefully everybody that was supposed to receive them should have received them this past week or so. And yeah, it was like a stencil and it has music notes on it. So nice. They turned out so super good. Sandy has done those for us. She also had done our Golden Girls ones. So that was so I went back. I'm like, hey, could you do these? Okay, foam tape. Here we come. Get this on the page and let's get this on. Oh, don't gum up another pair of scissors. This foam tape has been very, very sticky. But yeah, I was happy that we were finally able to get prizes out to everybody for that. So cute. Oh my gosh. Look at how pretty this paper is. It's just so lovely. I like that a little bit more. Okay. I tell you, looking at with this on a screen, being able to see the page on the screen really helps you kind of like fiddle sometimes because you get that bird's eye view. Do I want this tucked in? Sure. Okay, I'm gonna just fold this up a little bit, actually. I get a little tuck and fold on that. And this heart is very large. It's a little larger than I like. I think I'll tuck half of it to make it fit with my style a little bit more. And I'm gonna pop up half of it to add a little dimension. So that'll be good. I feel like I'm racing for the finish line now. I'm so excited. Right? You reach a point and it's like, ooh, this is coming together. So let's do a little texture on the heart as well. I'm gonna put this on here. I'm gonna pop it up though. Yeah. So how has your time been? We're coming up on an hour and a half-ish together right now. I'm using the wrong scissors. Coming up on an hour and a half-ish right now. Have you been able to get your project together? Are you like way more productive than me? Maybe you've done 3 projects by now. Like I know scrapbookers that make gorgeous pages and they're like, oh yeah, I just did like 3 of them. I'm like, ow. And then you sit, if you ever watch like those really fast scrapbookers that are just like, they just make their decisions 12 times faster than I do. That's just the thing, right? They're just making their decisions so much quicker. Put that on there. Yeah, this is a lovely page. Yeah, I'm loving it. But thank you. Like, I think we should love the stuff that we make, but you know, when we get papers, when we have photos that really inspire us, that really makes a difference. We just finished our load challenge in February where we scrapbooked all month inspired by, it was our space nerds theme. So it was by space movies and shows and just the things that you get really nerdy about, right? When it comes to the space movies. It was so much fun. I had the best time ever. And for me, seeing like how we could take the ideas from the space stuff and turn that into the, the stories that we want to tell about our life. Oh my gosh, like that is just so fun for me. Okay, now I'm looking. Butterfly. Oh, I think the butterfly has to come down here. I didn't know that. There we go. Found a home. And yeah, just seeing all the pages. But I also like made all of my pages that month. I had a very successful load and got everything finished. And yeah, I was just really, really excited to do that. Here we go. And I think I'm gonna do that thing where I cut these little edges up and pop them up. So I'm gonna add this bling. I'm gonna add the heart and the star. Let me add the bling in a couple places. I only have one of these little hearts, but it's gonna go. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Got some glue. Now, can I manage to get it on without getting glue everywhere? That is the question. And let's do a smaller one here. And I don't know if I have a nail dot handy. Oh, sure. What are these ones? I just have all these things left over on my desk. But using leftovers from other projects is a Calvin Ball point. So I think I'll be claiming that. That's like a little clear one. It's hard to see, but it's there and it's cute. So it's good. I'm gonna add a couple more of these little pieces like this. I wish I had another one of these hearts. I do not, but it is what it is. I don't know about this piece. I want to have like another little bit of this. I think I do. I know it's not the whole thing, so it almost made me want to throw it out, but I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna just slide it in and use it like a little layer. I'm gonna grab another one of these stars. Do we get a point for attending this crop? This one technically doesn't count. It doesn't count. I'm sorry. I know it's not a Calvin Ball crop officially. This is our Scrapbook Live. But yeah, we had the other ones. And if you missed either of the crops, you can watch the replay. Like I'll have the replay up for oh, this is the wrong color. I didn't look. That's not the one I want. Let's put that there. I grabbed one of the black ones. That would look very jarring on here right now. The backs of them are the same, right? Because they kind of have that little papery look to it. Like a surprise. And let's get a couple little shinies added here. Oh, I should have been using a thing for that. That's a little bit torture. No, we'll do another timer. There we go. Perfect. And where did those little clear ones go? Okay. There. I quite like it. I think it's turned out good. Okay. And I think I want to cut those wings and then I think I'm done, but we're going to review the list. So Marsha's here. I missed the backstory, but I love what you're creating. This is a baby picture of me. I know. So cute. I think we're allowed to love on those pictures of ourselves as babies and be like, we were adorable. Actually, the story of my birth, less adorable. When I was born, I was overdue and I came out as a blue baby. My mom says I was practically the color of blue jeans, like blue. And my dad's like, what's wrong with it? Not even her, it. I'm like, thanks, Dad. Like, babies weren't supposed to look like that. Thankfully, we all made it through. Somewhat unscathed. There we go. Okay, now I've taken my little butterfly wings and we'll roll them up a little bit. I'm going to do the same to this one up here. Okay, well, that's looking perfect. Okay, let's pop these back in here and have a look. Am I missing anything? Is there empty spaces? Does it look weird? I think it's good. I think we're good. Okay. So Marcia says one of my boys, number 3, also came out that way. Scary. Within a few minutes, he was fine, thankfully. Yeah, so there you go. The lovely stories about about that. Okay, well, this looks good. Okay, I wanted to go through and have a look and see if there's like any points that I'm just kind of like leaving on the table as far as this. So on our permanent list, we have a star, check. I should be checking this actually right now. Why don't I do that as we go through? Star, check. Die cut, check. Striped paper. I don't think I actually used any stripe paper. Use a stamp. Oh, see, that's something that's like being left on the table because I can definitely add a little stamp to this. Use a stencil. Didn't do that. Add a date, something that to be added. So I've got a couple of options already. Use a frame, check. Clean the desk between projects. We'll see. I may not get that one. Let's be real. Use a heart. Yes. Washi tape. Didn't do that. Could add just like a little bit of washi tape somewhere. Might be good. Gold. No. Fussy cutting. Yes. Handwriting. Not yet, but I will. Polka dots. No. Titles with different fonts. Didn't do that. Circle. There's like little circles on here. So yes. A doily. No. Maybe I should have grabbed one, but I didn't. A cloud, no. Memorabilia, no. Old people, does that count? Butterfly, yes. Torn paper, didn't even think of it. No. Bling or rhinestones, yes. An arrow, normally one of my favorite embellishments. Didn't get one on the page. A label. I didn't really add a label. Avocado, darn it. How could I have been so negligent? 3 or more photos, no. A rainbow, no. A banner, yes. A mushroom, no. A viewmaster, yes. Fun. Dry embossing, no. Ribbon, no. 3 pattern papers, no, because I kind of hoarded all my papers, so no. Ribbon, no. UFO, unfinished objects, no. Christmas, no. Hexagon, no. Branding strip, yes. Books, no. Musical symbols, flags, inking, yes. Watercolor, no. Enamel dot, yes. And a key or lock. Oh, you know what? Did I pull out? I didn't even look at, you guys. I forgot completely my whole sheet. I forgot all of the things. There is a key on here and a lock. There's a postage stamp. So I wouldn't even have to do a stamp. I could do that. Uh, so I might tuck a couple things more in my little embellishment. Like I feel that there's like a couple of areas that could be fleshed out. We'll see. Okay. So that just made me think of something. Also on here, green, I get my check mark for green. Use a punch, yes, I did that. Film strip, yes. Typewriter font, I haven't really done that, so we'll see. Vellum, oh, didn't add any vellum. Feather, no. Metal embellishments, no. QR code, no. Stitching, I'm taking the point. There's stitching on that heart. Put away 5 layouts, no. Sketch. Template, not this time. Disney, dinosaur, house, birthday, floral pattern paper, yes. Camera, no. Chevron, no. Pink, sure. Hedgehog, no. Tree, no. Sunrays, no. Glasses, no. Snail, wood veneer. Oh, I meant to pull out a wood veneer. There we go. A rocket ship, tickets. Tickets is a yes. Winter, airplane, baby. Yes, adorable. Bees, multi-challenge projects, no. Turtles, pop dots and dimensionals, acrylic. Oh, those little hearts are, and the penguin, flamingo, and gnome. So between the things that I've got on here, there's a few things I can definitely bump up my points, but I've got 1, 2, 3. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, plus the layout. So that's 24. Is there typewriter font on the little ticket? There is, actually. There is. Should I count that? So there we go. There's some stuff. So it's at least 24, probably more. I'm gonna tuck a couple of these little pieces in there. Those little keys are adorable. Those little stamps, I think I can get those in there, and that'll be a little bit more. I think I can add a couple things, maybe a little piece with some vellum, I think has a good opportunity without making it too busy and full. But it's looking pretty good. Like, I'm really excited. It went together gorgeous. I need to get some journaling in that because I don't feel for myself that it'll be done until it has the journaling. So that's just my way of holding myself accountable. Because it's easy to walk away and be like, oh yeah, I'll totally do that journaling later. But yeah, I think this went really well. Okay, so let's come back here. Yeah, this is a good example of making Calvin Ball work with your style. Yeah. And my goal every month when we do Calvin Ball is to get 100 points. And like 100 feels like a lot to me for my scrapbooking for most of the months. But you know, it's not really going to get me on the top of the leaderboard. But like when I look at how I want to play, this is play for me. So this is a lot of fun. Okay, so here's a question. Would anybody like to share? This will be shared publicly on my YouTube channel and gets posted there, and I post it up within our groups as well. So if anybody would like to share and show us what you're working on, please go ahead and put your hand up, or you know, like you can do the raised hand thing or something, but we'd love to see what you're working on if you'd like to share. So, okay, I see Donna. So let's bring Donna up first and bring you up on a spotlight.
Well, since you pulled out that paper, it made me think of this paper that I had, paparazzi. And now I don't know what line it is. Mamarazzi.
Oh.
It's Mente. It's that Mente paper.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's see if I can get it where you can see it.
Oh, that's beautiful. That's
Can.
beautiful.
It was easy. Everything else was mostly there.
Right? Exactly. I know that makes this paper amazing to work with when you have like all this decorative stuff. It used to scare me, right? Like I used to look at this and I'm like, where does my scrapbooking even fit on this beautiful paper? But like now that I like have a couple tricks for approaching it, I'm like, oh, some of my easiest pages, like they come together so nice. It's
I'm
terrible.
not quite
Sometimes I'm like,
done.
I might feel like I'm doing the only thing. Awesome. Thank you so much for
Not
sharing, Donna. That's
not quite
beautiful.
done, but uh all things considering with this little girl running all over the place, uh I've done good to do this.
That's awesome. Well, thank you. I'll let you put yourself on mute. And I see that Claire has
Okay.
her hand up. So we're going to pop over to Claire and put you on spotlight, Claire.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
I am so enjoying Calvin Ball. I'm just, yeah. So here's my layout. It's a winter layout of my granddaughter. And here are the two penguins where I said, I don't even know who I am. And I raised on their tummy, I did a raised up heart.
Aw.
And I stamped this little title here and then fussy cut around the letters. I inked the snowflakes. You name it, it's on here. There's a little thing of chevron paper. I ended up with 29 points for this. I've got
Woo!
a frame, I've got polka dot paper, I've got green, I've got trees, 3 pattern papers. I mean, this, I have stamped on almost every layout.
Nice.
And this is someone who hadn't taken her stamps out for maybe 2 or 3 years. So
Yay!
exactly, yay. So like I said, I'm not even sure who I am anymore. So it's a good thing. So thank you, everyone.
You
Loved
are a
being here today, and your
scrapper.
layout was beautiful.
Oh, you're a scrapper having so much fun. That's what Calvin Ball is about, right? It's about having so much fun. I love it. Okay, so let's bring me up. If there's anybody else that wants to share something you've been working on, no pressure. It is shared publicly, so I know that's not for some people, but it has just been so good to see all of the fun that Calvin Ball, the challenge brings, like working within your own style. And sometimes like I see some pages it's like, you know, you're trying something that's a little beyond your style sometimes, right? Like what Claire was saying about I've got penguins on here. I brought out my stamps that I haven't used forever. And I think that that's just the greatest exploration for us to try new things. So Calvin Ball, we do every year in March. It's totally free to join. And so I really encourage you to pop over to scraphappy.org/Calvin Ball if you're not already signed up. Come and check out what people are making. Come and, you know, like just start trying the things on the list. You look at the list and you're like, that's a lot. It's not like you have to do them all. Do your thing, see how it fits in. Like you saw me at the end. I'm like, I might add some vellum to my page because I didn't add that. And that would be a perfect fit on this page. Right. And I think it's just such a good way for us to really explore the things that are in our stash. Like how many times do you go and you're like, I think I have that. And then you go and find it. And along the way, you found 3 other things that were super awesome. Okay, literally on my desk, I can add a chevron to this because look at this fun chevron thing that I have on my desk. Like these have been in my stash for a long time, but they're gorgeous and they deserve to find a space on a page. So I love it. Yeah, Deborah says it's so much fun and using up your stash too. Great layout, Alice. You gave me some ideas. Yay. So much fun. Well, we do the Scrapbook Live sessions every single month. If you're watching on the replay and if you're not signed up for my email list, I do not spam for email because I literally don't have time. Not that I would want to spam anybody, but there you can sign up. Let me see. Am I going to click the right thing? Yes. Okay. scraphappy.org/subscribe. That will get you onto my newsletter list. And ideally, I send a newsletter every Friday. And I think this Friday, if you look at Friday in like the longer version of a whole weekend, you might get an email this weekend. But I don't send one every single week, but I just love sharing the things that are inspiring to me that would hopefully inspire you as well. So feel free to check out that list to get signed up. You'll get the email invitations to come to these events live, where you have the chance to win the amazing kits from the Scrap Room at scrap-room.com. That's where you can find their kits, so you don't have to wait to win one. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. So check out Calvin Ball, sign up for the emails, and I would love to have you come and check out our Scrap Happy family. We're the host of all of these fun things. I told you a little bit about our load challenge, which is amazing. We do that in February, in May, and in October. And we usually have a mini one in the summer, like North American summer, either July or August. And yeah, there's a lot of fun things going on. Hosting the Calvin Ball in April, I will be back with the series that I do called Happy at Home, where I just play. It is not really about creating layouts. It is about playing and trying and just seeing what is inspiring me from out in the world of scrapbooking and going on long on an adventure, sometimes very successful, sometimes with a few bumps in the road. So that's always a lot of fun too. We won't be starting the first, pardon me, we won't be starting the first week of April this year because I'll be away, but I'll be coming in soon after Easter. And yeah, lots of fun stuff going on. So check it out. Check out Scrap Happy at scraphappy.org. Our membership is so much fun. We made it very affordable so everybody can come and play along with the fun things that we get up to. Okay, that's it. That's my big thing. I hope that you'll check it out, and hopefully this has inspired you to make some pages that you love too, because that's what I'm hoping to share with you. Until next time, everybody, happy scrapping. Thanks for joining me today. It was great. Nancy says, thanks for the session and the ideas. Thank you for so much fun, says Crystal. And Crystal, you're going to get that kit. That's going to be like, woo, a party. So good. Okay, awesome. Bye, guys.